else having started the recording. Okay, we are recording. And then there was a student who asked me specifically to deal with an aspect that we dealt with last week, but I don't see him here. But that's not a problem. I think we can deal with it in any event. So a student wrote to me on Wednesday saying that at the end of last week's lecture, we had a brief discussion about Thabo Mbeki's removal and Jacob Zuma's removal from office, and the fact that only they vacated their positions as president, and that the entire cabinet and the deputy ministers did not resign along with them. So the student then was just actually clarifying that is it that it was a situation where the president at the time, so Thabo Mbeki initially and then Jacob Zuma, were removed from office not in terms of section 102, which does oblige the cabinet. Yes, it's Tanine, it's Gabriel. Yes, please do. Maybe you'd like to speak up since it was your question.
Good
So,
evening.
Gabriel, are you happy to discuss it? Or
no, not really. I was just putting my suggestion, the way I understood the question from the other student, and I wanted to touch base with you to make sure that am I in the correct line, the way I have articulated my discussion on the email, and if I am, I would like you to please just proceed with answering what I had asked, please.
Okay, no, that is a fantastic question. Why I am so happy that you've asked it is, well, I have a lot of master's students writing various dissertations, and in fact, that is precisely the topic of my one student's dissertation. The question being, is it constitutional for a president to be removed from office in a way that is not strictly elaborated upon in the Constitution? So Gabriel's response or his thinking is, because the Constitution of the African National Congress is and to quote him, an independent document, therefore the political party is allowed to invoke that document and remove the president accordingly. That's partially true. That is because that's exactly how it has transpired. But the gray area is that we're still not entirely sure whether it's constitutional or not. The reason I say that is because even the constitution of a political party has to be consistent with the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. And there does then seem to be a mismatch between what the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa says, which is unambiguous when it says a president can be removed in terms of Section 89, and it gives specific grounds, or in terms of Section 102, which gives specific grounds and specific circumstances and consequences. And yet, in South Africa's history, two presidents have been removed from office, not in terms of the Constitution of the Republic, but instead in terms of the Constitution of the African National Congress. So, my response, if we were to just try and describe the scenario, is we would probably have to say that the removal of the president in terms of the African National Congress's constitution and not the constitution of the Republic is potentially an unconstitutional change of government. And that is something that is strictly regulated by the African Union. And that's why you've probably seen in the last week a lot in the news about the fact that there was a coup d'etat in Mali. So a coup d'etat literally means the overthrowing of the state by the military, which is an unconstitutional change of government. But in the case of Mali, because it was most definitely a violation of the various treaties promulgated by the African Union, because it started with a declaration on unconstitutional